conquered John Cena. Eat, sleep, suplex, repeat. Yes. Yep. Welcome, folks, to another episode of the PWF Is War Show. I'm the one and only Captain Marshall, and before we start the show, before we do the WWE Night of Champions 2014 review from last night, you know the drill, you know the score, you know what I'm gonna do now is to plug. So make sure you do follow the PWF Twitter, which is PWF is War. You can join the group and like the Facebook page, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. You can subscribe now. Subscribe is the important thing to do, to subscribe. If you haven't already, click that button now. Spread the word, guys. Tell anybody who loves wrestling to check my channel out and leave feedback. And you can follow my personal Twitter as well. Of course, Captain Free Awesome as well. If you want to do that, so do that right now. So yeah, let's get the show on the road for Raw starts. Okay, so it's the review of the Night of Champions 2014 review. Overall, I thought it was a decent, solid show. I didn't think it was. It kind of delivered, but it wasn't like, oh, I'll watch it, like that feeling that you would watch it again kind of feeling. Oh, that was just that overall, it wasn't like the best pay-per-view, because Night of Champions anyway isn't my cup of tea anyway. It isn't that type of pay-per-view. I think it's okay, it's nothing special, doesn't stand out much for me. But overall, yeah, it was a solid show. I thought maybe 2 matches was really good, and the rest of it was just okay, average. But yeah, I think the Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton and the tag team match with Stardust and Goldust versus the Usos was the show stealers for me. I kind of predicted that was going to be the show stealer, the tag team match and the Randy Orton match. It was between the two. So, just saying, I did kind of got it in my prediction show. If you can check it, if you haven't already checked it out, you can check it out as well. Yeah, so let's start the show. It started off with the kickoff show, which is what was it? The Peep Show? Was it the Peep? Yeah, it was the Peep Show. Christian got a big pop. He says that he missed the fans a lot. Of course, he says tonight isn't about him. It's about obviously Night of Champions. Christian says one more match. Still, he still wants that one more match. Has his interest tonight, and which is obviously his guest was Chris Jericho, later on it was going to be Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho, and you know he got a big pop as well. Jericho said he's excited to be on the Peep Show. Everyone wants to be a Peep. Even more excited to have Christian here. He didn't joke. He joked about them used to be in a tag team together back 2003 one. Yep, I mean, and then Jericho apologising for not wearing pants to the Peep Show, and then started talking about Randy Orton and Orton interrupts them in the big screen Titantron. Orton takes the credit for Christian not being able to wrestle anymore, but he says that when he's done with Jericho tonight, the only TV show he will be able to be on is the Total Divas Show. No, not Total Divas. Jericho says Orton shows would be Orton's show would be the Total Jackass, you know, not the Isn't there a program, like American program, used to be Jackass something? I swear there's a guy. Oh, I can't remember his name. He appeared on Raw once. I can't remember his name. It's out of my brain. But yeah, I mean, there was a program in the US. I think it was in MTV. It was Jackass or something. But yeah, that kind of reminded me of it. But so, yeah, I think it was just called Jackass. I think that they had a movie as well. Yeah. So yeah, I mean. I thought, yeah, his name, that's it, Johnny Knoxville, that's his name. Just checked it now. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Yeah, he interrupts, he takes credit for not able to wrestle more, yeah, so then Jericho fires back at Orton, tells him that he's not to forget what he's going to do to him tonight, and then hypes the pay-per-view. But, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously he said Captain Charisma, Christian said, and he's Y2J, and he said other things. I mean, both of them are magic. Christian and Jericho in the same ring, it's just gold TV. I wish they could just be, like, maybe they could be a tag team again. I would like to see that happen. You know, Captain, but I'm the real captain here, though. Yeah, I would love to see that happen, but we'll see. I mean, I think Christian, there was rumours saying that the Crave team hasn't got nothing for him. He's been cleared to wrestle, and once again, I think that this is about like twice or three times this has happened to Christian, that the Crave team had nothing for him, which is just a disgrace. I mean, Christian, his credibility, and you'd have nothing for him. They should go back to smoking weed or something. I mean, they should just go back to where they come from, these Crave team, what, Hollywood or Bollywood or Tottywood or whatever. You know, they can just piss off. And bring Vince Russo here. Bring Vince Russo back. He knows what. Tell you what, I'll prefer him any day than the Crave team right now. Yeah, you can tell me I'm smoking something, but it's true. He's passionate. He's got passion for the business, and he's a smart guy. So say what you like about him, hate him or like him, he's smart. So, and he wrote a letter to Vince McMahon recently. I saw that video on YouTube. So yeah. Anyway, that's another story. This is I'll get back to the Night of Champions review. Okay, so after the kickoff show, it started off with the first match of the night, which was the WWE Tag Team title match. Stardust and Goldust versus the Usos, which they were defending their tag team title belts. You know, the Usos got a nice pop, so did Stardust and Goldust. I think Stardust gimmick is getting really over with the crowd. I think he's doing really well. I thought first I was touch and go with the gimmick. I was like, oh, I thought this is going to be a comedian gimmick, and it's just not going to go anywhere. And then I just started, after the first night, I think the second night, third night, it started to grow on me, the gimmick. So I'm pretty happy how it's going, it's proving, and I'm loving it. I think he should go back. I still think he should use Crossroads still, his old finisher. I don't know why he had to get rid of it. But I guess they just want to make him like he wasn't Cody Rhodes, I guess. But we know he's Cody Rhodes. But yeah, I really thought this match for the opener was just terrific. This was like a 5-star match to me. I mean, this is what like you would see. This was real wrestling, in my opinion. This is wrestling. Wasn't like goofing around and having bunnies and tooth fairies around. It was real wrestling, quality match. Great chemistry in the ring. It really the pace was great. It was fast at times, and it delivered. It really delivered this match. I did say it was a show. It could be a show stealer, and it really turned out to be. It was, and I really enjoyed the match. I would love to see it again. I would love to see a rematch. I'm sure they will get a rematch. The Usos, because Goldust and Stardust are the new Tag Team Champions, yeah. Which is, I'm happy for them. You know, second time they say second time they won it. Before they won it with you know, when Goldust was with well, same guy. It was Cody Rhodes, but yeah. But it was great. I just loved the match, really. Now I think it was time for the Usos to lose the belts. I think it had it long enough. Apparently since March, since March. So that's a long time. You know, they deserved it. The Usos, fans of the Usos, love their work. But it's time. You know, they were starting to get a bit boring. They were getting boring for me a little bit. Needed new champions. I think Goldust and Stardust stepped up, and yeah, I think they could have a good run with the belts. Don't know who else could they face except the Usos. I'm thinking what other face team is a credible threat. I mean, you could have the Ascension. I mean, make them as a face, and they could face the Ascension. Maybe that would be pretty cool. Good feud. I would love that feud actually. But yeah, Stardust. I think how he won. He took advantage. I think one of the Usos going to do the big splash, Superfly splash, but Stardust got the knees up, then got the roll up, got the win. That's how he won. You could say, you know, clever by Stardust. He wheeled him in, and he got. Yeah, they're now the new tag team champions. Congratulations to them. Moving on after that was the second match of the night, the United States title match between Cesaro versus Sheamus, defending his United States belt. You know, I think Cesaro got really good. I thought he got the crowd was all over Cesaro. I mean, he really got good pop. You know. It really shocked me how this match was, because I didn't think this match would be that good. I thought it was actually a good match. I actually thought it was a good match. I really did. You know, I didn't think it was going to be terrible, but I didn't think it was going to be that good. It actually surprised me in this match. It was really good. How they had like the pace of the match. They had some chemistry in the match, feeding off each other. I thought it was magic how you know the style of the ring was. You know, Sheamus at times was not doing his. He was actually not doing his his fist to fist. His brawler, because he's a brawler, isn't he? So he wasn't using that style. He was just using more wrestling type. But yeah, it's great match. You know, Cesaro was going to do a running knee boot to the face. Then Sheamus just out of nowhere did the bros kick for the win. You know, from the corner, he just did it quickly. You know, great stuff. I liked how Cesaro countered a lot of the times, like when he did like the gun wrench slam. Like I think it was, yeah, like Sheamus was going for something. He's running to the ropes, and then Cesaro just caught him, and then he does the gun wrench slam, which was really great. I just thought, I don't know why this guy is getting not pushed. To be honest with you. Doesn't really. I don't know what WWE what he's done wrong, Cesaro. I don't really get it. But yeah, it was a shame that Cesaro didn't win. Sheamus won. Still the United States champion. I think he's one of the most staleless United States champion of all time. Sheamus. I mean, I would take Dean Ambrose's reign any day right now than Sheamus' reign right now. So. I think Sheamus is best as a heel. I said it many times in my episodes. If anybody heard my views on it, I've said it many times. The guy is not a face. He can't be a face. He's a bully, which means bullies are not faces. They are heels in their day. So I think he's so. And the title United States is worthless now, and I don't see any point it being around even, unless they really need to build that belt and make it prestige again. But I don't know what it. I mean, I would bring back the European belt, hardcore belt, cruiserweight. Kind of said that I think yesterday in my episode. So, but yeah. I'm sure maybe Cesaro will get a rematch. Hopefully, he deserves that after the match. Really good match. So there was probably about 3 matches I did enjoy in the pay-per-view. So anyway, we moved on from that to some backstage with Mark Henry, and Big Show walks in Mark Henry's locker room. Henry knows the country is on the line. He knows, and says he won't let us down. Show says Henry has millions of Americans and his tag partner tonight. Show gets Henry pumped up and tells him to tear Rusev's head off. So yeah, he's like a pep talk. Not bad. It was okay. The segment backstage, I think, spectacular. It was alright. Move on to the. What is it? 1, 2. The third match of the night. Yeah. It's the third match of the night, which is for the WWE Intercontinental Title match with The Miz defending his IC belt. No, I meant Dolph Ziggler defending his IC belt against The Miz. With the Miz down at ringside and R-Truth was at ringside for Dolph Ziggler or R Ziggler, but yeah. I mean, he got kind of a little bit of heat as well. The fans kind of, but when he was coming down the entrance, when the song was playing, I could hear a little boos there. It was getting like he as it used to be when he used to get heat from the crowd. I thought he got. People can't stand The Miz, so he did get a bit of heat from the crowd, The Miz, they just can't stand it. And obviously Ziggler got a pop, as he always does. But I thought this match was pretty, not too, it was, I don't know, I thought it was, I think their previous match was better. I thought this match was, it was a decent match, actually. I thought it was decent, But Ziggler, I think in the end The Miz won. Ziggler did a super kick, kicks him off. I think kicks off Sandow, and then Miz take advantage, does the roll up. He has the tights and got the win. I mean, Ziggler's like a bit of his bum was showing, isn't it? Like he needed to call his pants down, The Miz is the new WWE Intercontinental Champion, which kind of sucks, but that's how it is. But disappointed with that. But I didn't think I thought Ziggler was going to retain, and he didn't. Got it wrong. But The Miz won. He's now is he a 4-time IC champion or 3-time now? So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's the end of the feud. I think it's still going to carry on. I think Ziggler will have another match, surely. Yeah. I think what stayed out was Miz down. Kind of made me laugh, what he was wearing and stuff. But yeah. Overall, it was a pretty decent match. But before that, I was saying about Sheamus versus Cesaro. I thought I predicted actually it was going to be Cesaro. I did a swerve. I thought Cesaro was going to win the United States Championship. Got that wrong. So Sheamus was still the United States champion. So yeah. So I've got I had 1 so far right and 2 wrong at the moment. Then it was supposed to be after that. Was it after that? Yeah, after that it was supposed to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. We all know what's wrong with Roman Reigns. He couldn't compete. He had surgery, so that means he wasn't going to wrestle. He couldn't be 100% clear to wrestle. So that means that means Seth Rollins comes down to the ring. He smiles because he knows Roman Reigns is not going to get he's not going to be wrestling. He won't be there. He's not there. So that's why he was smiling. He's cocky. If you go look at me, and he brings up obviously Roman Reigns. He says you can be on top of the world 1 minute and then you're not. The next minute you're not. So he says the emergency surgery is no excuse for not showing up tonight. He says that he's not. He says he's going to give Roman Reigns 10 seconds, and that's generous of him, to come out and face him, or Rollins will accept the forfeit, and the ref counts to 10. At the end, that Seth Rollins won by forfeit. So that's what happened. Then he says after the match, he had his arms raised. Rollins says that he's disappointed in Reigns because he wanted to wrestle tonight. Rollins said he got to do something to make it up. He raises his briefcase and said, luckily, he's an opportunist. Rollins issued an open challenge, and then we waited a bit, and then on the Titantron big screen, a taxi pulled outside, and guess who came out in that lovely yellow taxi? None other than the lunatic Frinkman himself, Dean motherfucking Ambrose. Yeah, badass. That's him. He was in the building. He got a huge pop. The crowd loved him, of course. Big fan guy. Loved it. I kind of thought maybe he would appear on the Night Champions. I was touch and go. I thought maybe he will appear somehow. But I didn't think he would wrestle, but I thought he was going to appear. But he did, and it was a lovely moment. He runs an arena, hits Rollins, sends him to floor. The Ambrose runs over. Yeah, Ambrose runs over Rollins over the barricades with the crowd. They fight in the stairs, the fans. They fight back down the floor. Ambrose drops Rollins on the concrete. And we saw Triple H, Stephanie ordering the security to keep Ambrose from Rollins. Ambrose breaks free, lays off the pieces on the set to take out Rollins, and then Ambrose tosses Rollins back through the production area into the crowd, and then Ambrose clotheslines Rollins back over the barricade and to the ringside. Rollins goes in the ring, and Ambrose follows with a steel chair. And then the security tackles Ambrose, as Triple H obviously said, take him boys. And they tied Ambrose, who's in the ring, his arms behind his back, carried him away. Rollins then throws a fist at the ringside at the authority, stands with him, they leave together. And that's the end. I mean, I thought that moment, I loved it. The fight between Seth Rollins and Ambrose just shows that Ambrose is much more over than Reigns. As you see, the crowd love him more than Roman Reigns. So, it was love to see. It was really good to see Ambrose appear, to come back, to return. I'm sure he's going to appear tonight on Raw, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it's good. I love the fight between them, and yeah, sure we'll see more. So following, yeah. So what happened after that? Yeah, so after that, the fourth match of the night was Rusev versus Mark Henry, USA versus Russia. He had like a new singlet. Mark Henry had a new singlet, which was red, white, and blue, and he had like a scarf. And yeah, it wasn't that long, the match. I thought it was average, pretty much match. Didn't really excite me. Kind of felt sleepy, to be honest with you. One stage, I think he did a lot of kicks in the match. A lot of kicks to Henry. I think he did the Alkalide one time. And then he powers it out, Mark Henry. Henry then grabs Rusev and decks him, and then hits the world's strongest slam. Looks like he's going for the pin, and then Rusev rolls out to the ring, and then Rusev is still going to, and then after that I think he did like a lot of drop kicks to the face, like the drop kick when he was out, when Henry was on the ropes and Rusev was out of the ring, and then he just does the Alkaloid again and gets the win. He actually tapped out, not like Jack Swagger just passes out. Mark Henry taps out, which just, I kind of predicted that Rusev was going to win, but I didn't know if he was going to actually tap Mark Henry out. So it was good. It was. I think he needed the win. I mean, to build momentum more, and Rusev to build him as a character. I think obviously if Rusev lost, I think it would have just wouldn't gain anything from Mark Henry. Mark Henry's done everything there is, and I mean, Henry's best at is as a heel. I don't really like him as a face. Rusev carries on his dominance. I think the guy who to end his streak should be somebody undefeated streak, someone maybe young talent, maybe returning Kurt Angle would be cool. Because he's a real American Olympic gold medalist. He broke his freaking neck at 1996 Olympics. So he won a gold medal. So okay. So yeah, so that what happens after the match. They pose and the Russian flag drops down, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. After that, so nothing. We move on to the fifth match of the night, Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho. This match was so still and lovely. It's just a great match. It just shows that Randy Orton, say what you like about him, he's a talented wrestler. I like Randy Orton. Yes, he can be boring sometimes, but it's not his fault. I think it's the creative team. Because he is not allowed to have that freedom of saying what he wants to say on the mic, and I think he wants to go back to how he was before, like 2007, 2009 days as a heel, and when he was really gold. I mean, probably the top heel back then. To me, I think they should, but obviously, I think they should let him speak more freely, but they won't. I don't know why WWE do that, but sometimes they're just ass clowns. So. Yeah, this match was great. Show stealer for me. I was going for Randy Orton to win, and he won my prediction, and he did. He won the match. Yeah, because Jericho jumped off the top rope. He waited like a Venice Viper. He waited the time, playing. Just playing. He catches him for the RKO mid-air for the win. So it was a really good RKO. I really enjoyed it. I thought, and Chris Jericho one time did code break in the middle of the match, as well. Which I thought maybe he got it because it looked like that was it, and he kicked out. It was just awesome, great match, 5-star match for me. And that probably was the end of Jericho's run, because I heard reports today he's done his run and he's going back to what he was doing with Fozzy, but I'm sure will return maybe next year, probably. Now he's going to do his Fozzy stuff, and I thought his run was pretty, I don't know, I don't think it was the best, but I thought it was good. He had a good run. It could have been better, a little bit much more. I thought it could have been better. But it's how it is. But I would like to see him one more time WWE champion, but WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But it's how it is, Yeah, overall it was a great match. The fans were into it. They loved it, and that's it. So that was the 5th match of the night. The 6th match on the night was the triple threat match. Yeah, it was the WWE Divas title match. AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella versus defending her Divas title championship was Paige. So it's Paige versus Nikki Bella, so AJ Lee. So yeah, I mean this match was for triple threat. I thought it was actually a decent triple threat match. I didn't mind it actually. It wasn't too bad. I actually thought Paige might regain it, but it was kind of tight between AJ Lee or Paige. It was really hard. I knew Nikki wasn't going to win it. It would be disgusting if she won it. If it's for Total Divas, God, I mean that show needs to be ended already. I mean, I think some people start to realise that show is a shithole. I mean, I don't have to watch it to know it's a shithole anyway. So I don't know why people thought Total Divas was great. Screw those. But anyway, that's them. But you know, well, a lot of them, you know, it's more for the girl fans, you know, for the fans, you know. But yeah. But about the match itself, yeah, I thought it was a decent match here and there, you know. In the end, I think AJ goes to apply the Black Widow on Paige. Paige kind of sort of looked like she was going to reverse it, and then AJ Lee just hold on to her to make sure she didn't counter it, but AJ locked it again and gets the win. She taps out, and we've got a new WWE Divas champion, AJ Lee. She's again she's a three-time Divas champion. I didn't see what's the point when she lost it in the first place at SummerSlam, but there you go. She's got it back again. Looks like this feud will not end. I still feel AJ Lee and Paige hasn't finished. Still sexual tension between both competitors, and you can see Paige was upset really bad. I think something will happen on Raw. She will get a rematch, maybe Hell in a Cell, which is the next pay-per-view. So yeah, we'll see. But the thing that what annoys me a little bit with Paige, that I don't know, she skips a little bit, and I don't like that skipping. That annoys me. It's not even that hot when she skips. AJ Lee makes it hot when she skips, but when Paige does, it's not hot. You know, I don't know. I think she needs to stop doing the skipping. It's a bit annoying. Yeah. So, but yeah, we move on to now the main. So yeah, we move on to the last match of the night was the main event, which was for the WWE World Heavyweight title match, which was John Cena versus Brock versus the Conqueror, who conquered the Undertaker's undefeated streak, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. So yep, he's defending his World Heavyweight Championship. And was there going to be 16 suplexes in this match? Not that quite. There were a few, you know. I thought there would be like 15 suplexes or maybe 100. But, you know, I thought it was going to be eat, sleep, suplex, repeat, eat, sleep, suplex, repeat, eat, sleep, suplex, repeat, but it didn't happen. It only happened to like a few suplexes in the match. I thought one or two were quite good ones. One or two wasn't really. But a lot of 3 times I think Brock Lesnar had the Kamara lock on Cena a few times, and he obviously grabs the ropes. He grabbed the ropes every time, but Cena did about four AAs and two STFs. I thought, my God, I just thought it was really rubbish. I just thought, my God, really? He had to do 4 AAs? I just thought, this is why I don't, you know, this is why I think a lot opened some fans' eyes, and maybe the ones, you know, showed that why we do boo the guy, why we do not like John Cena, why, you know, some people just can't stand and hate the guy. You know, I don't, but I think people don't get mixed up between disliking and hating. I dislike the guy, yeah, I do. I mean, I can dislike who I want to dislike. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people dislike what wrestler they like. There's a reason. I got my reason why. I don't just dislike him like that. But I thought the match itself, the main event, it didn't deliver. It was a poor main event for me. I preferred SummerSlam one actually, even though it's 16 minutes. I preferred that match, but you know, I just thought it really didn't. It didn't really deliver. I didn't. There was nothing special about the match, and Cena was just showing like he was like Superman and it all over again, like trying to show Brock is weak, and I just didn't like it. Um, I mean, Les, I think one time did a vertical suplex. He did through. There was a bit Eddie Guerrero chant when he did that, but I don't think it wasn't really for. I don't think it was for. It wasn't for Eddie Guerrero. I don't think, but yeah, but nothing. I think Brock tried to do F5s, I think twice, but he blocked it, Cena. But yeah, but in the end, you know, Cena, I think was it did the attitude adjustment, AA, and then he does the STF. Look like, you know, Cena would grab the ropes, then he pulls them off. Cena then after that, looked like, you know, people. They were saying, I think on Jerry saying he was going to tap out, but Lesnar, I didn't think he was going to tap out. But Steph Rollins interfered, breaks the submission hold with his briefcase, and he ends up being a no disqualification. Cena wins, but doesn't win the belt, and still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar. Yes, I mean that's the good thing about it, but I didn't see it didn't make sense. You know, see, Brock Lesnar made Cena look like a jobber at SummerSlam, and then he looks at Night Champion, so like couldn't really like defeat him. It looked like he was going to lose, but it wasn't for Seth Rollins. You know, it just didn't make sense. I mean, Seth Rollins interfering. I thought it was just no. I don't think the time and place. That wasn't the time and place for Seth Rollins to be in the ring, and I just thought it was overall disappointment main event. Didn't like it. Made Cena like he was like making more stronger. I don't know what. I think Vince McMahon has really lost touch in wrestling. I really have to say it. It's time for him to retire and just hand it over to Triple H, because I think Triple H has more ideas than Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon has lost it, and I heard reports he wants to push Cena more stronger. I mean, how much more stronger? This guy's been strong for flipping 12 years. I mean, he's been the face of the company since 2005. I mean, that's a long time now. I mean, it probably could have been Batista if it wasn't for his injury prone. But he's been the face for so long, too long. I mean, The Rock and Austin wasn't that long. I mean, come on. I mean, it's time to change. You know, time to change with the times. You know, he's getting nearly 40 years old. I don't know if is he going to be face the company when he's 40, 45? I mean, I know, you know, probably at the end of the day, Vince McMahon's mind, if he's still selling the merchandise, if he's still the top merch guy, if he's still drawing those ratings, he's not going to change anything. He's going to keep him as the same as he is, same character. Never going to. I don't see him ever turning heel. I knew last night he wasn't going to turn heel, and it proved to be right. He isn't going to turn heel, so I think this heel turn, and I think fans need to get away from it and thinking, oh, he's going to turn heel. He's not going to turn heel. I'm telling you now. I gave it up a few years ago, and I'm going to stick to it, and that's the end of it. His character does need changing. He needs freshening up, but that's not. I think if when Vince is still around, still alive, it's not going to change. So, but yeah. Anyway, after the match, Rollins decks Cena again, sends him out to the ring. Rollins looks like to leave the ring, but comes back in, does the curve stomp to Brock Lesnar, which he sells it very well. He cashes in at ringside, and a few minutes later, Rollins comes back to the ring, but then Cena stops him. Oh yeah, I'm Cena. Hey, I'm the barrier guy. I'm the Triple H 2.0 back in the day. He's just stopped young talent to have his spotlight. Stops, Steph Rollins just to show him what a jackass he is. But hey, that's him. That's Cena, isn't it? But I thought that was really wrong for Cena to do that. But hey, I mean, he didn't even sell. When Rollins beat him down and throws him out the ring, he didn't even sell it. I mean, what the hell, Cena? Come on. Now, I thought, shaking my head. He's not, as I said to myself, he's not a wrestler. He's an entertainer, and that's the case. But I was disappointed how it was. I mean, I really annoyed when he done that to Rollins. But then he fights back, and then the bell never rang, so that means the cash-in never was official. And Cena just turns around and then gets the F5 from Brock Lesnar. Thank you, Lesnar. And then Heyman then hands the title to Lesnar. An announcement that Cena was won. That was it. And I think Cole confirms that Michael Cole, Moron Cole, confirms Dick Cole confirms that Rollins still has his title shot and did not cash in. And that was it. And then he went in. So that was the pay-per-view, guys. That was the end of Night of Champions. Overall, I said it was a decent, solid show. Could have been better. Tell me your thoughts on the show. What do you thought of Night of Champions 2014? Did you thought it was a good show? Did you think it was a bad show? Did you only like one match? Did you thought the card was pretty strong? Did you dislike every match? Just tell me leave your opinions, your views, your feedback down below. And yep, so I'll see you guys for another show of the PWF's Raw show, which probably will be tomorrow, which will be the Raw review. I hope you enjoyed the show. You know what to do. Share my channel. Tell anybody who loves wrestling to check my channel out. Leave feedback. And before you go, make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like the Facebook page and the group, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout. You can follow the PWF Twitter, which is PWF is Raw, and you can follow my personal Twitter account, which is Captain Free Awesome. The links are in the description, as always. They're always in the description. If you don't know where they are, they're always in the description. So I hope you enjoy the show, guys. I hope you will enjoy Raw tonight. So from Captain Awesome, I have left the building, guys.